In the United States, college is considered as a luxury, and college is often a means to achieve the so-called American dream, helping students and families move up the social ladder. However, educational inequalities still exist in America, especially between first-generation college students and continuing generation college students. For example, according to a Center for the First Generation Student Success article in 2019, 56% of undergraduates nationally are the first from their family to attend college. And unlike continuing generation college students, the first generation college students face multiple barriers to attending college, such as high tuition, working part-time while in school, and lastly, not being well prepared for college due to attending a low resource high school. And according to HSBC in 2018, the average amount of money a student spends over the course of a degree is approximately $99,417. And in my speech today, I will explore the pros and cons of a free college education for all, presenting diverse perspectives from both supporters and opponents of this educational policy. The two pros are that students' debt will no longer be an obstacle for younger generations. Secondly, students will have more freedom to choose a profession that they actually enjoy. And the two cons are that making college free would actually harm the economy, and free college education would actually lower the quality of a college degree or education. Students will have not to worry about the burden of repaying their student loan after graduating if we would have a free college education. And the cost of attending college is so high that the majority of the students cannot afford to actually pay it back after. It has become unequal for first generation students and the higher income students. And according to an article from Higher Inside Ed, studies have shown that an estimate of millions will actually be able to get a higher education at public and minority serving institution if tuition was not a barrier. So this gives the lower income students the same job opportunity as students from higher income families. This is an investment that will benefit the future generation of the country. And the second pros is that the students will have more freedom to choose a profession that they actually enjoy instead of worrying about the cost of it. And during the 2012 and 2013 school year alone, approximately $10 million college students took out loans. And by 2015, the amount of student loans debt in America was estimated to be 1.5 trillion, according to the article, American Progress. And this shows you how students with financial help to attend college are still required to pay out of pocket. And this is why having a free college education is crucial. And according to a Recovery magazine, by 2020, 65% of all jobs in the economy will actually require you to have a post-secondary education and training beyond high school. This would give equal opportunity for all students to be able to study a profession that they actually like. And this is a long-term achievement that could actually be beneficial for the future by opening up more job opportunities. However, there are always drawbacks to having a free education. Making college free will have a negative impact on our economy. If the cost of education was free, then who would pay for it? Taxpayers would pay for it. Taxpayers will actually make up the revenue of tuition. And according to a Georgetown studies, if we were to implement Biden's free education plan, then America's taxes to be paid by people would be approximately 683 billions over a decade. And for instance, in Germany, they've had free education since 2014, according to a New York Times article showing that the universities are not ranked high and that students who have paid for what they learn tend to work harder to graduate. And another example is how Bernie Sanders, for instance, when he was running for president, he brought up a plan called crush. This was a plan to help make college education free for all. And the cost of the program was approximately $50 billion a year. And in that 50 billion, around 65% of those was going to be funded by the government, which is only 33 billion of the 50 billion. And the remaining $17 billion gap was for taxpayers to pay. And if people were paying more taxes, then that will leave them with less money. Lastly, that is why it will impact our economy. The last cons is that free college education would actually lower the quality of a college degree. And Barbara Mistick, the president of the National Association of Independent Colleges and Universities, stated that many students could actually fail if tuition were free, and it would actually threaten the system of higher education of the country. And one question that she brought up was, why should a person work at Publix have to financially help another person get their free education? According to an article from Independent Institute, Ronald Throwbridge, a policy fellow at the Independent Institute, stated that free education actually encourages lack of preparation and serves as a magnet for drawing more college applicants. And according to an article of Unequal Opportunity, Race and Education by Linda Hammond showed how European and even Asian nations that fund schools equally, the wealthiest 10% of US schools spends nearly 10 times more than the poorest 10%. This shows you how funding is actually not an obstacle for students, but it is their lack of effort. To conclude my speech, with college tuition being free, students could actually focus more on their profession and pursue any career that they want without worrying about the costs. However, there are drawbacks to having free tuition. And the drawbacks are that it would impact the economy and it would actually lower the quality of a college education. Lastly, my 3 open-ended questions are, the first one is, how can economically undeveloped countries have free college educations with no problems, but America is still struggling? Second, can you think of a plan that could assist with first-generation students or lower income students in America? And the last question is that, how would existing student financial aid programs be affected by having a free college education?